before this river becomes an ocean, before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, baby, I reconsider my foolish notion. Well, I need someone to hold me, but I'll wait for something more. Yes, I gotta have faith. Ooh, I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. 1987, George Michael, Faith. You hate to admit it, but you loved it. I know you did, because I did. Give in, man. Come on. I know it wasn't Ronnie James Dio, but come on. That pop music gets you every time. Great Wham documentary out there. I think it's on Netflix, man. I copped to watching that. Awesome. Great story. Faith. What's faith? Such a strange word. Such a strange thing to apply to the sports card collecting hobby. Maybe not. Maybe not. Welcome to a special episode of the Rated Rabbi Sports Card Podcast. Hobby Faith. Faith. In Hebrew, faith is emunah. Emunah. You actually, if you've ever said amen, you've had some expression of faith. Interesting word in the Jewish tradition. The first time we encounter it, the Israelites have just gone out from slavery. Part of the sea, they're wandering weak, probably shoeless in the desert. They get set upon from behind by Amalek. Amalek, the Amalekites, the tribe attacks Israel from behind, the weakest among them. And so what Moses and Aaron and Hur, they climb up to a hill as the Israelites enter into this defensive battle. And what happens is every time Moses raises his hands, Israel prevails. They're going off, fighting as if their lives depended on it, because it did. But when he got tired, the arms would come down. The Amalekites would take charge. So what happens is Aaron and Hur slide a big old boulder over, have Moses sit down on it, and each of them stands on one side and the other side of Moses, helping Moses to keep his hands up so Israel can prevail. Because the people down in the valley below, they'd see Moses, those arms up, and they get inspired. And what the text says back there in Exodus, it says Moses' hands were emunah. There wasn't his hands. His hands were made emunah. His arms were made emunah because he was held up. He was supported by Aaron, his brother, and Hur. Last time it appears in the Hebrew Bible, book of Esther, Esther's uncle Mordecai. Same root of that same word of emunah, of faith. Mordecai is described as a nurturer or a sustainer of his niece Esther. Same root as emunah. He was somehow, by being a part of something bigger, he was faithful in nourishing her and sustaining her. He was a part of something bigger than himself. Final expression of faith in the Hebrew language. What is the word in Hebrew for an artist? An aman. And what is art? Amanut, right? Omanut is art. Aman is an artist. There's something about the art of living that requires faith, or how we live expresses our faith. There's some connection between artistry and faith. And so I ask you, dear listener, is there a connection between faith, as I described it, holding each other up, faith as being a part of something bigger than ourselves, faith as in the art of living that we can maybe look to and apply to sports cards? I think there is. First one, this hobby is at its best when we help each other, when we hold each other up, when we support each other, when we cheer each other on. It's better. It's better. Second one, obviously, to me, we are a part of something bigger. That's when we are faithful in the sports card hobby, when we allow ourselves to be a part of something bigger than us, when we are in community. And then the final one, man, the art of living, the art of collecting, not just the aesthetics, not just the cards themselves, but how you collect them is an expression of artistry. Not just that, right? How do you display them? What are your card rituals, right? Do you take pictures? Do you run through a scanner? What kind of sleeves do you do? How do you store it? All that stuff, the art of living, the art of collecting. That's what hobby faith is to me. I'm spiritual in this case. I hope it's not too religious for you. This is just a wisdom tradition from whence I came, right? Faith, part of something bigger than myself. Faith, holding each other up. Faith, trying to be an artist as a collector. You're such a goober. Ah, oh boy. I want to come down one last time to Dave's Cave because tomorrow all of this is coming down. All of it. We're packing up, movers are coming, going to live in temporary housing while our son finishes school and I finish work. And we are headed to the coast, going out west, going back home to California. I am going to be the rabbi of Beth Chaim congregation in Danville, California, and I'm super stoked. I'm going home to friendly, familiar people in a friendly, familiar place, and I am so, so much looking forward to it. Everything changes. Everything changes. And this has been such a refuge for me, Dave's Cave, for the last 7 years. It's been a gym. It's been a recording studio. It's where I've shown my cards. This has been just my fortress of solitude. I'm very grateful for it. But everything changes. The Greek philosopher, pre-Socratic philosopher, Heraclitus. Heraclitus taught, wait a minute. Heraclitus taught that a man never enters the same river twice, for neither he nor the river remain the same. As much as I love this space, it's got to go. Everything changes, everything changes, everything changes. So I try not to hold on too tight. It's all a rental anyway. You want to look at some cards? Let's look at some cards together. All right. So I had some hobby goals in 2025. I've adhered to them. I've dropped some things I thought I was going for. I've been dabbling in a couple things I'm not quite ready to talk about with you. But my core is a 54 card PC. I want cards that tell somehow of a narrative throughout there. More poetry than prose, story of an art and Americana and sports and culture. And me, it's my story I'm telling through my cards. And I'm working on it. So try to keep it tight, 54, because I'm 54 years old. To have a little ways to blow off some steam, I give myself a couple other things. For example, I have uncommons. Uncommons are cards worth collecting that cost under $5 all in. They give me mail days, and there are so many cool cards. And right now, this year, I've been building the most incredible binder of awesome cards, all of them under $5, like this one right here. 2019 Ichiro, just a base card, got it for $1 at a show. 2019 Ichiro Heritage, Topps Heritage with a 1970 design. That is such a sweet card, that gray border. I think I was just a simp sucker for Heritage. I think I'm their demographic. Get the modern players, the classic designs. Example of an uncommon. I picked up in 2025. What else? I finished a project. This year I started working with only one more card to go to collect the Black Aces, the 15 African American Major League pitchers who've won 20 in the show. The final card I added, this really beautiful raw 1965 tops Bob Gibson. Tough card to find, centered. How awesome are 65 tops? The flag, the black. Check out the heritage. That is a great set. Oh my God. Second year gold refractors too. I told you I'm just having a thing for heritage, but look at this incredible vintage Bob Gibson card. The red flag. Young, but such a baller. He's already, what, 6 seasons in at this point? He's peaking on his way to that 1968 season. God, let's look at the back. Cool blue. Bob Gibson defeated the Yankees twice in 1964 World Series. Pretty cool back. Let's see the year he had in 64. 64 Bob Gibson went 40 starts, 287 innings. Different game, man. 119, lost 12. Struck out 245, walked 86, 3-to-1 ratio, pretty solid. 3.01 ERA. Still not Pete Gibson. Still hadn't won 20 in the show, but he's on his way. He's about to break out. Also, in this year, I've been continuing to collect 2010 to 2015 Topps Heritage Black refractors. Super cool. 2010, 2015 San Francisco Giants Black refractors. Of course, numbered to the year of the set. I'm going to show you one of my picks up this year. This is same set. Good timing right after showing you the Gibson. This is the Buster Posey. That is a dope card. Black refractor, 65 design, future Hall of Famer. Look how awesome 2014 Topps. That is the year they won their third World Series. Come on, one more look. Out of 65, Black refractor, 2014 Topps Heritage Buster Posey. All right. In building the 54 card personal collection, one of the cards I wanted this year was this one. 1933 DeLong Lefty Gomez. I posted a story about it on my page on Instagram. I wrote about it. Lefty was in a neighborhood when I was a kid. We used to go over to his house. He'd sign things for us, and we're going to his house once and watching Game of the Week, the Astros and the Astrodome. His garage was like a museum. Like, here's this old Lefty Gomez dude, but there he is when he's young. He's Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Joe DiMaggio, and dude, off the hook. And he was Mr. Baseball guy. He was always like the honorary commissioner of our Little League. Just amazing. Check him out. Lefty Gomez, and his 33 DeLong, amazing. 24 cards in the set. I believe DeLong was the treasurer, I think, of Gowdy when he went on his own, struck out on his own. The set only has 24 cards. 18 of them are Hall of Famers. I don't know the whole story. I wonder if he ran out of money. I don't know. I used to do a little homework, but look at that. I love the large black and white with the color field around him, the yellow, the green, the red nameplate. Vernon Lefty Gomez. Bought this thing raw off of Net 54 and sent it into SGC, came back a 4. I thought that's what it was. That's what the guy sold it to me at in terms of value. So it's not like I got over. There's just a lot more raw collectors on Net 54 than you might find in other places. A lot of old school vintage guys. And he knew his card. I think he said, yeah, this is a VGX. Probably come back a 4. And he was like spot on. No wrinkles. Gorgeous card. Very happy. Personal collection. Also wanted to upgrade my 56 Mantle. I had a 2.5, didn't love the centering, and that's a forever card. It's my favorite Mickey Mantle. There it is, 1956 Topps in a PSA 4. Beautiful color. I thought those red lips always kind of weird me out. Great centering. I love the red nameplate with the yellow team below him in the outfield too. Leaping into the seats. I believe the story is he actually did not make the catch in the action picture that goes with the portrait. 1956 Topps. Happy to add that one to the PC. one more to show you in my ads. Actually, I got more than one more, friends. I'm so excited. Hang in there. Okay. I have fun with the World Series winners. Try to be disciplined. Try to find cool cards from 2010 to 2015. Don't just buy to buy. I really also love some of the short prints and super short prints and super short prints and the variations. Some aren't that awesome, but some are epic. I put out an APB on Instagram. I was looking for this one card, and a fellow Giants collector who also is a Red Sox collector, which I think is kind of cool. He reached out and said, "Oh, I have it. I got it in a lot with another card. It was a way I got the card I wanted at the price." So, long story short, he knew I was looking for it, and then he circled back to me and asked me if I wanted to buy it. Asked me if I wanted to add it to my PC, and here it is, 2013 Topps Chrome Buster Posey. It's called the Shaking Hands variation. It's Buster opening day 2013. Look at the gold numerals on the back of his uniform. He is shaking hands with team president Larry Baer, and he is receiving from Mr. Baer his World Series ring from the 2012 World Series. So good. Oh, what else? Buster also won the MVP in 2012. Thank you very much. This is a dope card. Super tiny pop. Haven't graded it. Don't know if I will. So happy to have it. All right. It all hasn't been fun and games. Yes, it has. It's been a lot of fun and games as a collector this year, but I haven't always maintained discipline. You can't be such a goober. Again, this is a hobby done in my leisure time for pleasure, right? I'm not like kung fu, walking down that rice paper, not leaving a trace, picking up like the hot scalding pots and getting the panther tattoo. Nah, man, this is just for fun. All right. So I'm moving, and there is a local collector named Greg who has the very best unopened collection I've ever seen. Let that sit in. I've been following Unopened for a long time. Greg has the best unopened collection. There may be better, I know, but Greg has it displayed in this custom built room with glass windows and cabinets that go all around. He has the most unbelievable card cave, rack packs and cellos and boxes, and amazing. And one time in the background on one of his posts, I happened to spy this rack pack I'm about to show you. And seeing how that I'm moving and seeing that Greg also lives in Northern Virginia, I said, hey, because he's been selling off some stuff on the Facebook page. I said, hey, Greg, would you ever consider selling this rack pack to me? You know, I'm a big fan. He said, make me an offer. Would you make me an offer? Yeah, I'm going for it, baby. So he said yes. I met up with him at Chantilly that following week, and here it is. 1982 Topps football rack pack. It is a second year card of Joe Montana, all pro Joe Montana, by the way. 82 is a little ode to 65 Topps. It also has a pennant, that little flag floating. Football down there in the corner. Joe Montana, second year, on the phone, on the sidelines. Joe's in a couple cards on the phone. Joe Montana in the center cell. And who is next? Who is next to Joe Montana? Right side cell. Well, that's none other than Ronnie Lott. What you say? Isn't that Ronnie Lott's rookie card? Why, yes, it is. Oh, he's also an All-Pro? Yes, indeed. Double All-Pro, double 49ers. Oh, also my all-time two favorite 49ers, Montana and Lott. I am not kidding when I tell you, if you came into my study at the synagogue, next to the mezuzah, there's this really cool picture of Ronnie Lott. Because Ronnie brought it. When I see that picture, it tells me not to cheat myself or cheat others by cutting corners. Dude, this is dope. And you know what else is cool about this rack pack? I've never seen another one of these. I've never seen one. They don't have pop counts for BBCE wrapped, but I have not seen another rack pack with Montana and Lott. Woo! So hot. Okay. Let me pause for a beverage. We're not going long tonight. We're going to start start thinking about wrapping things up. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, there's no ladies, gentlemen, tonight, for your card collecting pleasure, we have a double Deborah Winger Mail Day. A double Deborah Winger Mail Day. You've never even heard of this. A single Deborah Winger Mail Day is enough, but a double? A double? Now you're just flexing. You're just showing off, Spin Rad. A double Deborah Winger Mail Day. What is a double Deborah Winger Mail Day, you ask? You know that last scene officer and a gentleman. Richard Gere comes in those navy whites. He's strutting, right? And he walks up, and there she is. There's Deborah Winger, right? And she's working on the line in that factory. He comes up behind her, and she spins around, and he lays the most a beautiful kiss on her. He sweeps her up in his arms. And what do we hear? What do we hear? We hear the guitar starts to rise and soar. And we hear, love lift us up where we belong. And the friend over there working the factory line goes, way to go, Paula, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. Listen, a Deborah Winger Mail Day can't happen very often. You just can't feel like that. You might get an expensive car because you're spending money, but a double Deborah Winger Day, oh my God, it's happening twice in one day. Okay, the first one. The first one probably, I don't know. I feel like Ahab chasing my white whale. When I first started collecting, I was figuring my thing out and didn't know what I was doing, but I did kind of know what I liked. I fell in love with obsidian. I love black cards. I love black bordered cards. I fell in love with an insert set, a die cut. And I know die cuts can be polarizing. Some people don't like them. They just want the uniformity, right? 2.5 by 3.5. Thank you very much. But I fell in love with this insert set. 2020. Panini Obsidian Supernovas. It's a 20 card insert set, football set, 20 cards, some monster stars, some busts. And I set about collecting them, and I am now 4+ years into collecting these. I've got 18 of the 20 insert sets. I've been trying to collect them in either 1 of 1 or out of 5. I've now got 9 1 of 1s, and I've got 9 out of 5s. 9 1 of 1s and 9 out of 5s. So the first card I'm going to show to you tonight, a guy also reached out to me on IG, and he said, oh, did you not have that card? I'm like, yeah, dude, I saw when you bought it and posted it. I never forgot it. I go back and check in sometimes, but I didn't know I could get it. I reached out once. So he knew I was interested. He reached out to me this time, worked out a deal. It was in a BGS9, but I'm collecting these 20 in PSA slabs for uniformity. Here is the card I'm talking about. I am super stoked to show you Deborah Winger Mail Day card number 1, 2020, Panini Obsidian, Patrick Mahomes, Supernova Electric Etch Blue Finite 1 out of 1. I'm laughing because the vintage people like, wow, I hate this. I'm like, no, dude, this is a beautiful card. And I love vintage. I'm a mostly a vintage guy, but I fell for this set when I first started collecting. So not only does this card like just move me, and not only do I love the pursuit of something that's so hard to find these cards. I've got 9 of the 101s and 5 out of 5. Still looking for the Brady and the Herbert. The Brady is one that got away and haunts me still. So not only do I love the card, not only is it a great hunt, it also takes me back to when I first started collecting, right? I have nostalgia for nostalgia. I just think that this is the coolest insert set. It makes me happy, and they're really hard to find. I love the challenge. All right, One more, Deborah. Winger, male day. One more sip. Hang on. There's rare and there's scarce. Rare means, well, there just aren't a lot of them and you don't see them. No. Rare means there's not a lot of them. Scarce means you don't see them. Let me say that again. Rare means there aren't a lot of them. Scarce means you don't see a lot of them. Take, for example, Walter Payton cards. There's not a ton of Walter Payton cards you'll see at a show. Not rare, not at all, but scarce. People put them in their collections. It's very interesting. So for about a year and a half, I was looking for a card that's not that rare. Between the Pops, SGC, PSA, BVG, it's a vintage card, there's hundreds. You've seen it. You can close your eyes and imagine it. But what you don't see a ton of, what is scarce, is an example like I'm about to show you, which has killer eye appeal. I mean, A plus eye appeal in a PSA 2. We're all looking for that card, right? And what that A plus eye appeal might vary from person to person. But for me, this card I was looking for, number one, I wanted crisp, clean, clear registration, super focused, super perfect printing. I wanted registration to the max, and I was not settling for anything less. I only wanted 2 eyes, not 4, 2 eyes on this card. So I'll see cards in a 3.5. I'll see cards in a 4. I've seen a card in a 5 in the card I'm about to show you with 4 eyes. I'm like, okay, great. It's got great corners and it's well centered, but I feel nauseous looking at this card. Not me, man. Not this one. I got one that has awesome registration and 50-50 left to right registration and 40-60 top to bottom registration. Here it is. This is my real. This is the most of the most. Last Deborah Winger mail day I can show you from Dave's Cave. Here it is, 1911. T205 gold border, Christy Mathewson. Get a load of that card, friends. Come on. If you're with me, you're nerding out. Look at that card. Look at his eyes. Crystal clear. Look at his hairline. Sharp. Look at that card. Look at that registration. Thank you very much. Look at the centering. I'm so happy with this card. This is a card I just can't take my eyes off. Why is it a 2? Why a PSA 2, Dave? Okay, 2 reasons. Number one, see that bottom right-hand corner? There's like a little bit of scrapage. I don't know, but look where how like, God, because it's down there in that corner, far away from the action beneath the name, which is angled upward, it doesn't take away at all from the eye appeal. I am so darn happy with this. A little rounded corners, right? They earn those corners, baby. Look at that. Oh, God, I love that card. And then the backside has a little bit of schmutz. A little schmutz, but you can read everything. Who cares? Not enough that they put an MK. Some kind of little bit of schmutz, right? I don't know what it is. This didn't come loose leaf tobacco. I don't know. That's the tobacco stain. I don't know what that is. God, I love these cards. Dude, I get it why people collect tobacco cards. They're so amazing. All right. Woo! What a great way to go out. Say farewell from Dave's Cave one last time. What did we talk about? We talked about hobby, faith, being those 3 pieces, right? The first part of hobby, faith is, of course, holding each other up, man. Let's look out for each other. Life is hard. Let's not make this thing anything less than awesome. Let's be cool to each other. Second thing, let's be a part of something bigger than ourselves, right? There's a community to experience here. Let's be a part of it. Let's contribute to it like Mordecai did Esther. And finally, collecting is an art. The cards are art. How we approach it, how we collect, how we are, how we hold ourselves. That's all art. But everything changes, taught Heraclitus. You're such a pretentious goof. Oh my God, the goober. Things are changing. Heading west out to California, going home, baby. Oh my God, does it feel good to be going home? Didn't know it could happen. It's happening. Wow. Then we looked at all sorts of cards and goobered out, and I feel good. Lots of highlights. I think the highlight probably of all by my energy is well, I mean, it's got to be the Christy Mathewson T205. I mean, oh, good golly, Miss Molly. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to bed. So awesome to be with you. Enjoy collecting. Enjoy it. Enjoy your life. We'll meet again. But until we meet again, may you enjoy and may you be blessed with health and with long life. So long for now.